And it's called Organica, like Organaka, because Tentaka and organic together. He's Japanese, so he thought this would be really catchy. But this is it's an interesting project because Japan's probably the greenest country out there. And so with production of everything, it's really done in harmony with the environment. And so the organic movement hasn't been as big in Japan, and it's as getting organic certification is with wine. It's a really labor-intensive, expensive process. This is the only sake that's been certified organic by Japan, the EU, and the USDA. So this took him like 10 years to this process, and he owns his own rice fields. Everything is organically grown. And one interesting thing about this sake is it's Yamahai, and I'll talk about that in a second, but it doesn't say it in the bottle. So Yamahai refers to the yeast starter period in making sake. So you have a yeast starter when you make beer or bread or yogurt. Making a yeast starter is to propagate enough yeast cells in a small container to transfer to a full fermentation tank. And so generally with sake, it's very cold and it's open tank. So there's all this wild yeast and bacteria in the air. So most producers add lactic acid, which kills all the wild yeast and bacteria and gives you a fast-acting yeast starter. This does not have any lactic acid added because he wanted to make a completely natural sake. So just by raising and lowering the temperature of the yeast starter and adding a lot more water, he created natural lactic acid. So sometimes, most of the time when you see Yamahai on a bottle, you can expect something a little gamey and funky, and he didn't want to do that. He wanted to make something that really tasted like the rice, and so he really held back on making that Yamahai in a style that would increase the acidity and increase that kind of funkiness. And so it's a pretty subtle sake. I think that it really becomes more expressive as it kind of sits in the glass. But he really wanted to make something that was very natural and really captured the really clean rice and kind of like mountain melted snow and this clean sake. But I think it's got quite a bit of weight. I wouldn't say this is a really light sake.